Hey folks, my name is Sam. These are two different Arkel bags. The yellow one is some friends of mine. They traveled across country last year, 2004. And this is what they carried with them, so you can tell it's definitely seen some very beautiful miles on it. The black bag is a brand new one that I just received today from Arkel. What I noticed is that there's some very interesting differences, so I thought I would do a compare and contrast so that you guys can see how things have changed over the years. Some good, some bad, but it's not really bad. It's just that they had to mix things up to get the good stuff. So things that have stayed consistent, we'll just look at the new one. Both bags have a nice large compartment in the front, can hold lots and lots of stuff. You've got little compartments here on either side. So that's still there. On the back, this is how you mount them. Really nice mounting hardware. This is a little cover so that when you put it over, up here in the front, they've got this extra little pocket right here. Could put a cell phone or something like that if you needed to. But carrying strap for it. And the nice thing is with this guy here, is that this covers up the hardware so that it doesn't rub up against your nice expensive bicycle clothing and tear it up. So that's very, very nice. If you don't need this, of course, they clip off. That's all the standard stuff that both bags have. Oh, nice reflective. That's changed. We've got a little bit of change here. We've got a long reflective piece with stitched on Arkel, where here it is the reflective Arkel. And this strip is now gone. But one of the differences, I don't know if you noticed right from the get-go, is the map case. And I found it interesting. At first, it's something that sort of bothered me. And I still have sort of mixed feelings. I'm going to have to see how this map case works in the field. I used their bag on Saturday for a bike ride where I had a cue sheet. And what I did, this is their memory card, I need to get back to them. But inside here I had my cue sheet. It was really nice because I was able to fold it up however I wanted and cover it back up. There was at one point where I actually had, sort of needed to see the middle of it. So it was really flexible in doing that type of thing. And I really like that. Where on this one actual piece is what they basically took this piece here. These two are basically the same thing, where they both have the zip lock, the Velcro here with a zip lock. Put your paper inside, keep it nice and dry. And at first, I'm like, I like the flexibility of this one, but then it dawned on me. One of the differences is that with the old one, this is permanently stitched on. It does not come off. Where on the new one, Velcro. So when I stop and need to go in and change things around, I can physically take this off, take it into a dry place, move things around to my liking, come back out, reattach. The other nice thing is that if something happens to this, I'm able to replace it down the road. If something happens to theirs, they can't. So that I think is a huge plus. So the drawbacks of not having separate, I think I can live with that, not a problem. Something else while we're here that I found interesting. Oh, one of the other advantages, if you don't need a map case with mine, you can totally take it off and leave it at home. Save some weight, less stuff to carry, less stuff to get damaged. One thing that I actually sort of thought was nice about this was this will unzip all the way here and flip it back so it really opens up wide. This one, the new one, doesn't so much. But again, it's not that big of a deal. To me, it's not a major issue, just one of those little differences. The biggest difference that at first bothered me until I realized what was going on their bag, I love this upper compartment. They actually keep their rain cover up here along with some other stuff. When I've used their bag before, I've kept secondary items up here that are out of the way. It's always been a nice compartment. On the new one, no such compartment. But notice another fundamental difference here. Notice how on the new bag, the main zipper is an inch below the top. where on the old bag it's not. And the reason why on the new bag, you can also, it's a little hard to tell without getting closer, but I think it's a slightly different. The seam here is a much better, much more watertight seam. I believe this lid is 100%, as well as 100% as you can get, waterproof. Whereas I don't think this, especially these seams, are quite as waterproof as this is. And then of course, with it coming down over an inch over on the sides here, any water that could get through the zipper is not going to get into the bag. Not the case here. So actually, and of course, to give you that advantage, they had to give up the pocket up here. And again, it's one of those types of things that at first bothered me a little bit, but as I thought about it, I thought, you know what? This being waterproof, this is primarily the camera that I'm shooting this video with is going to live when I'm out cycling. Sort of important to keep the contents inside of here dry. The other thing that I really like is that I was going to get a rain cover for the handlebar bag, but because of this design, I know this compartment is going to stay completely dry without a rain cover. And the only thing that I have to worry about things getting wet will be this front bag. That's where I'll keep all of my nutritional stuff that is already in the pre-sealed bag so that it can get wet, not a problem. One less thing for me to carry. Ultimately, I really like this design. Some other subtle differences. I've actually never taken their zipper out. I'm not going to take it all the way out. Let's just see what's underneath here. For you, those of you that are not familiar with this bag, this yellow liner here, and I have one, is all designed to be 100% waterproof. So any water that would possibly get through the sides, which again, all this fabric is supposed to be completely waterproof, so it shouldn't be an issue. The yellow fabric, it's not going to get past the yellow waterproof lining. So on what I'm noticing here is that there's unzips from the front, and I'm not going to take theirs out. I've never taken it out. I don't want to have to fight to get it back in. I did take mine out because what I discovered was when I was adjusting the mounts in the back, see here, and I was adjusting these guys, that these guys on the inside have their own little, I had to tighten down both ends. And something I'd never seen the inside of this case before. Nice, I mean, they're plastic pieces here. Let's see if you can see all of it. Thin foam on the bottom. Oh, look at that. Even has a little hole here in the bottom, so if the water does get underneath this, it has a way to drain out. So that keeps everything, actually that's a really nice design as I think about it, because that allows, I don't think this zipper here is waterproof, so any moisture in the top can still, I mean, as humidity builds up, it can escape through the zipper and through the hole in the bottom. You're cycling along in the rain, bottom gets wet, the yellow is going to protect anything in the bag. So it's a really nice compromise between staying watertight but not airtight. Really, really nice design. And this guy goes back on. And also I believe if you wanted to, which I can't see the reason for doing that, you could cycle without the yellow lining. It does add a teeny bit of weight and a microscopic amount of space. And I believe that is the end of the tour of the bag. Great bag. I expect to have many fun years of traveling around touring.